Hey guys, and welcome to NBA 2K19 MyGM. We have been waiting this for a long time, so let's go ahead and get right into it. The saga continues. I have read so much about this new game and this new game mode, but I am just so excited to get everything going finally. Draft class quality, so we can really affect a ton more attributes in our MyGM. But honestly, I'm probably going to leave all of these at the normal rate. Except I'm turning that up to All-Star or Superstar, and we should be ready to go. Okay, so we're making our player. Keep the name, and I'll go from FGCU. Go ahead and get my college in there. So let's get all the way over to the F's. Florida Gulf Coast University. There we go. Jersey number, we're going to go 30 and right-handed. Alex. Earth to Alex. Your eyes are looking glossier than the fish. You okay there, partner? Yeah, sorry, I was just thinking about the past. I can't believe we're here. On a boat? No, well, yes. I mean, the boat's a surprise to be sure, but looking back on the past few years, feels a bit surreal, you feel me? Well, I reckon that makes us a pair of peacocks, compadre. Okay, I already don't like this guy. That's a perfect example, you see. I remember when we first met and you started saying stuff like that. I didn't know what to make of it. You're an unknown quantity, an alien, a stranger in a strange land breaking bread with someone that spent their entire life eating, sleeping, and breathing basketball. But you know, I gotta say your expressions, they've kind of grown on me, Tex. I knew you'd come around, son. Even though we might be different animals, we're the same beast. Did Tex Towers just quote Kobe Bryant? You're welcome. Guess what I'm trying to say is that the feeling is mutual. From the first day we met, I felt like you and I were destined for greatness. Scout's honor. Look, a man like me doesn't get as far as he does by skill, hard work, or talent alone. Luck's a more powerful force and a clatter of Clydesdales, and from day one I could tell you were someone special. I feel lucky not to call you my only general manager, but my friend. Well, thank you kindly, Tex. I guess that's partially why I'm sitting here thinking about the past. It seems almost unbelievable that after ending my career as a pro, I managed to become a GM. It all looks easy from home. You never think about how long the deliberation that goes into making deals, how to properly handle the press, and don't get me started on dealing with eccentric personalities. You talking about yours truly, or is that aimed towards one of them Sanderson fellas? Well, I didn't have anyone particular in mind, but let's go with Bob and Andrew. I never did hear about what happened between you guys when we met. It's a long story. You're the right of it. Burning too much daylight for something like that. Okay, wise guy, if you absolutely insist, I guess I can fill you in. How much do you know? Bob bought the team, brought in Andrew, and y'all tried to play nice. Sounds good. Then Andrew started to get too big, and Bob started to have a heavy-handed team affairs. I heard you made to try and get some star to boost the value of the team. The WizKid Steven used some fancy math. The owner demanded I get Vince Carter to boost the value of the team. Look, Vincenti's thrown down the greatest dunks I've ever seen, and his veteran presence was immeasurable to the rookies. But he had no idea what could actually boost the value of the franchise. Also, don't think you're getting away scot-free, Tex Towers. Trying to get someone to boost the team value sounds like an awful lot like something you'd do as well. You may have a point, though you can't fault an owner for trying to protect his investments. Though getting back to the story, this is where things get buzzy. What happened next? When first brought into the team, Alex fired the previous staff. He wanted to bring in his own front office. Despite not being his picks, he felt everyone deserved a fair chance. That's what I did last year. I cast out Andrew. I definitely told him that he needs to keep his distance. I believe I forgave the starter as well. when keeping the location secret, I kept the location secret, and then I did help the original owner buy back the team. In 2K18, I used Boston. Alex, great to see you. Have any trouble with traffic on the way in? It was a little slow. They had a lane closed. It stresses you out, doesn't it? It can be a little stressful. That's why you need Panic Zoom. Oh no, not the frickin' apps again. It's my new app. Helps you calm down when they're stuck in traffic, using the latest in biometric technology. We're going to disrupt the wellness app industry. You want to know how it works? Use your GPS to figure out if you're stuck in traffic, and when things get really mucked up, it sends a signal to a companion device installed to your car to release ultrasonic waves that simultaneously soothe your mind and invigorate your body. We spared no expense in research and development. People have a really visceral reaction to it. Alright, you're busy. I respect that. Let's get down to business then, shall we? Alright, well obviously I'm here to make an introduction. Alex, I'd like you to meet Tex Towers, one of my best friends in the entire world and an even better businessman. Tex, this is Alex, a close personal friend of mine and the best GM in the NBA. It's a pleasure all mine, son, and please, Tex will do just fine. Here comes the fun part. This isn't official yet, so I'm about to say stays in this room. Understood? Of course. It won't be much of a secret for long, but the Board of Governors has voted to unanimously approve Texas' bid on one of the new expansion teams. That's a very exclusive club you just joined. Now, as someone who knows this business better than most, I'm sure you understand the scope of what Texas is about to take on. He's got to build up an entire organization, put an infrastructure in place, make 1,000,001 decisions. Each one is important as the next, no matter how small. Screws and skillets don't make alone a home. He's one of my very best friends in the entire world, and since he's got so much on his plate, I'd love to take a thing or two off. That's where you come in. I'm just going to put it out there. I think it would be fantastic for everyone involved if you became Texas' new GM. Let me just assure you, Texas is one of the very best people you could ever hope to work for. He's not the NBA nut that I am, but he's as sharp and as fair as they come. More importantly, he is incredibly excited about the challenge of building an organization from scratch. When Tex Towers takes on a challenge, he succeeds. He's got one of those innovative business minds of anyone I've ever met. The only thing is, he needs someone with help and with knowledge on the basketball side. And we both know that you're about as talented as they come in that department. All that being said, I want you to know it would crush me to say goodbye to you. Genuinely, I mean that. But at the end of the day, I think this represents a game-changing opportunity for everyone involved. I know you're a fierce competitor. You want to go out there and put the best squad on the floor and try for a championship. I might end up selling the team, Alex, and you deserve better. With Tex, you'll have an owner committed to win it and can give you the best shot to do what you do best. But I really think this is the best move for everyone involved. Where are you? I'm flattered. I'm fully invested in this team. Leaving now would feel like would be the betrayal of my core principles. I've got unfinished business here. I wouldn't expect you to answer anyway, but I've thought about every angle here. What you've got a chance to accomplish by moving over to this new expansion team is historically unique. You'd be carving a place in history that no one else would occupy if you were able to transfer your success with our organization to success with Tex. I'm not going to say it's not. Yeah, I think I've done enough talking. Why don't I let your future boss get a few words in? Now, here's the Streetscape Scout. Like he said, I'm a businessman. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the competitive aspect and rigorous training required of all manner of sport. Last year's final was a real hoot and a half. I'm a businessman first and a fan second. I know he's got posters on the walls and the playing cards and all that, but I'm more into dollars and cents, if you catch my drift. Loud and clear. Now, he says you're the best in the business when it comes to putting a quality product on the field of play. And if he says it, I reckon it must be true. Are you a smart cookie, Alex? I like to think so. Now that you being the smart cookie you are, I'm sure you understand the magnitude of the opportunity you find yourself in front of. You wouldn't be fixing to turn down an opportunity of this magnitude, would you? So what do you say? Are you smart as you look? Are you ready to make more green than a head of lettuce? I'm happy to help you out. That's why I need your savvy, your grace, your intellect. I need someone who knows the sport from soup to saddle. I hate to see someone out of their element like this, Tex. You take care of the business side, leave the basketball side to me, and I'll promise we'll do great things together. Oh, we got compassion. Thanks for breaking some bread with me, Alex. I'd like to get to know my dance partner before we hit the floor. Now let me ask you something. What do you reckon my aim is here? What do you think motivates me to do all this? I don't know, but I'd like to say you're someone who wants to take on new challenges. And running an NBA franchise, well, that's just about as big a challenge as there is, and as a competitive industry as they come. But mostly counting horseshoes and hay piles. You're missing one key ingredient, the thing that makes the entire world go round. But alright, if you want to play coy with me, it's all about the money. I want to make as many of those grade A Uncle Sam approved tamales as I could possibly get my mitts on. But I want to impress upon you, as in concrete terms, this is a business venture, and I expect to make a pretty penny on this thing. It's no secret NBA teams are going for it these days, and it's only going up. The fellas in New York City haven't had a good basketball team since the 1990s. Yet as venerable as an institution as Forbes magazine says they're worth $3.6 billion. I want a first-class seat on that gravy train. I intend on getting my fair shake. I like to think big. This is a whole lot more than basketball team. I intend to set myself a little kingdom. I'm talking about a whole takeover of the downtown area. We're going to put those city slickers in Los Angeles to shame when we're done setting up shop. That's a lot of work. You got your zoning ordinances changed, buy property from entrenched owners. That's what I do. I make deals. We're going to build up the land around the arena, turn it into a happening place to be, and I'm going to rake in all the profits. I can't do it without the help of some mighty fine people, of course, and that's where you come in. I need you to keep costs down as much as possible. I need you to keep our overhead to an absolute minimum. If we've got to make a good return on this thing, we've got to do it the right way. The road to profitability is lined with fiscal prudence. You can't pluck a goose against the grain. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? I'll do my best. Now that's what I like to hear. I think we're going to have fun working together. I want to start things off by welcoming everybody into attendance today. This is truly an exciting day in the history of the Seattle Supersonics organization. Not just for me and our staff, but for the city and fans as well. He frickin' relocated to Seattle. Oh my god. He's someone you should be all familiar with, my son. The young but extremely talented Andrew Sanderson. With the entire organization and alignment from me to Andrew on down, I know that great things are on the horizon for the Supersonics. Hi, Andrew. I'd like to start by getting your general thoughts on the situation. Well, obviously I'm extremely excited to tackle this challenge. I'd like to thank my truly inspirational GM, Alex Germain, for all the help he's given me throughout my career. Without him, I don't know where I'd be today. He's given me everything he's got to give, all the wisdom, all the love. And I feel really, truly blessed to call him my mentor. Alex, any thoughts? No, screw them. I'm doing the 3 dots. You want me to let you on a little secret? You got me there, kid. Anywho, you know that Bob recommended you for the job, but what you might know is that he's the one that talked me into this whole racket to begin with. If it weren't for a little idle chat on the back 9 of Augusta late June, I might have never gotten into the basketball business. You know, Bob's mighty persuasive once he starts yammering about something, and he did an absolute bang-up job on selling me on the future of this here league. Now, at the point you might be thinking that it's time for collaboration with Bob, we go our separate teams. We go our separate ways, but that's the way I see it. I think we might be able to come up with some sort of an arrangement that could be advantageous to the whole lot of us. You know me for a long time. I think you know that I'm a man who likes to maximize his advantages and minimize his disadvantages. It's an approach that applies to business just as much to basketball. That's a big disadvantage, one that I'd like to minimize. But there's another way to look at it. There's a flip side to this coin. which is you going to work with our good friend Tex. What I'm proposing is a strategic alliance. But if we act with our two best interests in mind whenever possible, it will really help us to get a leg up on the competition. Before we go any further, I want to address the elephant in the room. This isn't going to work if we're not brutally honest with each other. So I know that you and I didn't get along very well last season. But I'm not trying to deny it. But I think now is a good chance for us to turn over a new leaf. Holding grudges isn't healthy, in personal life or in business. If you miss out on an opportunity because you're holding a personal grudge, it'll only hurt you in the long run. If there's a deal to be made, money to be gained, you're only hurting yourself and turning it down. I'd like for us to move past from last year. I think you'll see forming a strategic alliance as a move that makes sense for everybody. So what do you think? I'm going to say possibly keep my door open. It's an interesting idea, but you'll learn this about me, Tex. I like to be deliberate with my decision making. If it's alright with you, I'd just as soon sleep on it before coming back with the decision. Talk turkey. What do we got our eyes on for this 2K what to do? The 2K Hoop Summit. That's right. Who's the big hombre on campus? Not everybody. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of the Texas puns. I've been in my position only so much time, and the rooster crows whether or not the meal's at till. Okay? The top 8 players in the draft, so you can sound like you know what you're talking about when you're going with your golfing buddies. Okay. Very top prospect, Luka Doncic. Slovenian point guard. He's a great player. We got Jaren Jackson, 6'10", 7'4", wingspan, very young. We got DeAndre Ayton, Michael Porter, and Trae Young. You like wings, bigs, or guards? I like my wings from Buffalo and my guards burly. I can see I'm driving the bus here. Trae Young shows unbelievable range. Trailed off a bit on his defenses, figured him out, but his court vision and shooting have a chance to be elite. DeAndre Ayton, who is the top prospect. I like Jackson better, but Ayton is a physical freak. Think David Robinson or Dwight Howard. Concerns with him are his IQ and skill fit for the modern NBA. We got Michael Porter Jr. He hurt his back and barely played at Missouri, so we don't have much tape on him, but he's got a skill set comparable to Kevin Durant. Alright, we got Marvin Bagley, an athletic freak, can leap at the best of them, almost like an Amari Stoudemire type. And even Wendell Carter Jr., who may be a better overall player than Marvin Bagley. Mikal Bridges, 3-and-D out of Villanova. Like IMAX? Specializes in three-point shooting and lockdown defense. I tend to side with the people who put him on the upper tier. He's a little older, but he improves every year, and I think he'll keep at it. What do you need to be sure about someone like Mikal? I want you to make sure you have every advantage. A head scout. Have you made any progress? Carve out some time when you get back from the 2K Hoop Summit to round out your staff. You have my blessing to pursue whomever you see as the best fit. Welcome to the 2K Hoop Summit. Here's your chance to get a first-hand look at the prospects that will be available in the 2018 draft. Select 4 players to control when playing the game. So I'm going to go DeAndre Ayton, Luka Doncic, Marvin Bagley, and Michael Porter Jr. Here we go, the 2K Nike Hoops Summit. So we're going to be able to play as those 4 players only. So this is definitely going to be a new experience. It's almost like a my career almost. Going up against Michael Bridges right now. Oh no. Okay. I definitely got to get... I barely played 2K19 so far, so I'm really going to have to get used to this. There we go, getting the layup to go. Gotten the rebound. There we go. Push this up. I got Smith from mid-range. There we go. Oh, push that up. I'm cutting. Oh, all the way in. Doncic with the slam. And one! There we go, Luka. And we're hot. Knock down this free throw. I still don't know why Luka's playing for the USA team. Good defense. Able to really contest that shot well. Luka cutting back door. There we go with the slam. We've got 8 points to start out. Oh, give me that ball. Finding Marvin Bagley in the paint. So as you can see, the on fire meter, it now actually has a timer. Oh, I'm taking that. I am taking that. Luka knocking down the 3. 13 seconds, hold for the last shot. Mikal Bridges is all over me. I got Marvin Bagley cutting all the way in for the layup. Luka Doncic with 12 and 3 in the first quarter alone. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Be sure to come back for next episode. Be sure to subscribe to get all the notifications. Leave your comments down below. And I will see you guys in the next episode.